Hey, what's going on, guys? So I started a Certificate 3 in Media, which I think it has a subheading of Game Design Foundations, I think it is. But anyway, so in the first like 2 lessons, they basically just wanted us to come up with an idea for a video game and, have a blueprint. Now, I haven't finished my blueprint, I'll just finish it today. But I want to go through my idea and sort of, I don't know, I want to keep a video diary or video vlog thing of my progress. And, in this video, I'll just go through my idea or technically I have 2 ideas that sort of can blend together maybe. But the first idea is that this is based on the movie See No Evil. If you haven't seen that, essentially it's just got WWE actor, wrestler bloke, Kane, right? He's basically just some psychopath and he just basically just wants to kill everyone or remove people of their sins if they have like religious markings or whatever. He just wants to take their eyes for some reason. But yeah, so basic idea is that this is just going to be a house that has pretty large fence, or a pretty large fence, pretty much so you can't really see outside because basically what they said during the course is that they wanted a level to be pretty contained. They didn't want a very large level, so hopefully this isn't very large, but yeah. So my general idea is, it's going to be I don't really want to say stealth horror game, but like a sort of, I don't know, a scary sort of game where, I don't know how to explain it really, but my general idea is that you are either a neighbor or a passerby that enters a house because you hear loud screams or just really loud crying, and you hear thumping, and the thumping is just going to be the NPC just like bashing on just some mate or something like that. If you end up going down into the cellar, you'll see it. But yeah, so the first sort of idea is the player or the character will go to the door and knock on the door. It'll swing open, whatnot. And the first idea is, it'll be completely automated. So the first bit, you'll walk through here, walk up here, and you'll see a chick just, kneeling on the ground, just, with her hands like this, sort of in a sobbing motion or whatever, or what appears to be a sobbing motion. And, yeah, there'll be a trigger at this point. The player will have to click a use key, which will either be E or F or whatever they set it to. And so, I don't know, the character will, tap her on the shoulder, she'll fall over, there'll be another one that you'll have to click again, and, the character will roll her over. And at this point, she'll have her eyes cut out and with, blood dripping down her face, or just blood on her face or something like that, and just appear to have the death stare. And then I want the player to either sort of like do this sort of motion and either smash into the wall or do that and sort of just scream. So that will trigger the NPC you'll be able to hear it come out of the cellar. And at this point, basically, it's just going to be a stealth thing. You smash through either the back door here or back door over here. But essentially, you have to find a weapon because you realize if you just bash straight through one of the doors, obviously he'll chase you because you made a loud noise. But you'll realize that both the gates are locked. So at this point, you still have to find a weapon. There's going to be one in the cellar, there's going to be one in the laundry, as well as the bathroom. So there's 3 inside and 1 outside. The outside one will be in the shed. So this is my first idea. So once you get to you have a weapon, you break through the gate. This is where it's going to trigger, the NPC behind you. You'll get smacked in the face by something. and you'll black out, and it will, you'll fall over, and then it will fade to black, and then you'll wake up in either an asylum, like an abandoned asylum, or an abandoned mansion. I don't want it to be huge or anything like that because they wanted to keep it contained. I don't know how large they would like the level to be, but I do want 2 scenes if this is the idea that I'm going with. So in the second scene, which will be in either an asylum or a mansion, probably a mansion at this stage. Essentially, you still have to find a weapon and get out. That's just the main idea of this game. Just find a weapon, get out. And that's basically the puzzle for the game, is just find a weapon and escape. That's essentially it. So that's my idea. But the second idea is just going to be just based on the first idea, but the first bit here will be automated still. But once you're inside the door, you'll be able to just, look around everywhere. The bedrooms, the bathroom, the toilet, the lounge room, the laundry. But I do want to have a trigger here that will trigger sort of the character to slowly walk to the chick. All that stuff will happen, trigger the NPC. But at this stage, you're able to, if you find a weapon, break through the windows as well as the door, the back door, or both the back doors, as well as the side window, as well as the front windows, and escape that way. So there's pretty much just 3 options. So you find a weapon, break through this door, that door, and leave via this gate or this gate, or you can break through this window, that window, or this door. I don't know, I'll probably have the front door being locked again, because that way, the character or the player could just run straight back out and go to the gate, or the front gate, and then that will trigger the getting smacked in the face thing. So I'm probably going to end up locking that door. But yeah, that's the gist of the idea. If this idea is a little too short, obviously it will depend on the player, and how long they take to find a weapon and escape, then I may or may not have the second part. The second part is the same as previously mentioned. So I do want both of them. I do want that to happen, but yeah, it just depends on time constraints, as well as what I can do with mechanics. Mechanics I'll have in another video. I've gone through a few of the mechanics in this video, but not all the mechanics are in this video. But I'll go through the mechanics in a different video. But essentially, the vibe of the house is going to be pretty dark, and that's why I have these like candle things everywhere, like sort of cabinets or tables with candles on them, because I want the world, or in this case the house, to be dimly lit. I don't want it to be like completely bright or anything like that, or completely dark, because it's just stupid. So yeah, that's what these are. I'm probably going to get rid of 2 of these candle things over here, and I don't know, move the dining table a bit further up here and turn this. I don't know. I'm still coming up with the layout of the house, because I've gone through this, edited it so many times. That's why I still haven't finished it yet. But yeah, that's my general idea. What do you think? Yeah, so as I said before, I do want this to be a ongoing thing. I'll update probably once a week, or because this is like, yeah, I pretty much haven't finished my blueprint. The next video will be about mechanics, so the next video might be on Wednesday or something like that, just to sort of demonstrate the mechanics, as well as show you that I have blocked out my level, or the first part of the level. Because keep in mind, I also have to make the mansion or the asylum. I have to do that anyway, just in case, because if this is too short, then I've still got that other scene as a backup. But yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah, in the next video, I'll talk a bit about the mechanics that I want in the game, as well as showing you guys the cellar and the mansion. So just before I end the video, I do want to show you some of the reference images that I have. So this one here is obviously a mansion of sorts, but obviously I'm not going to have a mansion this big by any means. I'll probably have it just like, this big. A second floor, probably just have like 2 or 3 rooms upstairs and then just like one big room. Same with downstairs. So downstairs will probably have 2 to 3 rooms and then just one large room. Or something like that, just to sort of keep it a bit contained and not, just have like so many rooms that the player doesn't know what they're doing. But I do want the same idea to occur. Like in this area here, only one weapon will be available to the player, and that's probably going to be upstairs, because the player will start downstairs in the larger room. They'll wake up there. But I do want, if you haven't seen the movie, I do want to, in this mansion bit, I do want sections where, because in the movie, I think it was, what was it, like a hotel or whatever, had like secret passageways through the walls. I want that sort of thing to occur as well, but obviously I'm not going to have the NPC just, constantly walking around there. But I do want triggers. So if you go into one room, it'll trigger this, footsteps behind the wall or something like that. Maybe if you stay in there too long, he'll start like bashing on the wall or something like that. Then if you go into the second room or another room, there'll be a two-way mirror there. So, you go to the mirror, click the use key, and he'll be there. It'll, he'll turn on the light behind there. It'll shine pretty bright, and you'll just see him just sort of staring back at you like that or something like that. And then if you stay there a bit too long, he'll start, bash on the mirror. Something like that. Just, just general sort of typical horror stuff. I actually forgot to show you the rest of my reference images, but I'll go through them really quick. So essentially, I want the house, or both the mansion as well as the house, to basically look really ragged and like really dirty and stuff like that. So I want the walls to sort of appear to be peeling, or in this case, if it has paint on the wall, then the wall will start to sort of peel off and stuff. The bricks to look really ragged and dirty, and I want the ceiling to look really, really ragged and stuff as well. But if I have sections where the wall or the ceiling has started to come off, or just like started to disintegrate, then I want the ground to reflect that. Obviously, I don't want to have like just mounds and mounds of dirt everywhere, like this image here does. But if something does fall off the ceiling, or just like a wall has fallen down, then I do want the environment to reflect that sort of thing. I don't want it to be over the top. Like in some games you see like if the wall has started to crumble, or ceiling has started to fall apart or whatever, sometimes they add a little bit too much within the environment to make it seem a lot more in depth or what have you. But it's just like, I've looked at it and I'm just like, there's too much stuff here. It doesn't look like it happened here. It looked like it happened and then someone just plonked other stuff around. This also happens when games use like loads and loads of chairs and loads of tables and stuff within like little houses or little rooms and stuff like that. It's like, well, where did this stuff come from? Maybe if it was like a hospital or a hotel or something like that, then maybe. But like typical houses and stuff, I've seen a few games use like, I don't know, 5 to 6 chairs on blocking doorways and stuff like that. And it's just like, well, if your house has over 20 chairs in it, then that's probably believable, but most people probably won't. So it's like, it's not really believable. So I don't know if you actually understand what I'm talking about, but I want the world to somewhat be generally believable in that sense. I don't want too much stuff to be everywhere, but yeah. So this is another example with the wallpaper sort of peeling off. Like the varnish being completely gone from the wood or the flooring here, as well as like crappy looking wood on the wall. I totally forgot what it was called for a second then. But this, I don't know. I think this screenshot, or not screenshot, but like photo, sort of perfectly outlines how I actually want the interior walls to look like. You know, with it's got examples with the paint peeling off and, you know, like grime build up and stuff like that, and just like crap everywhere. In the back there, the floors like being pulled up too. So I don't know whether I'm going to go with, you know, just crap just everywhere, or just something like this where, you know, it looks pretty ragged and like dirty and stuff. The paint's starting to peel, the floor's extremely dirty, and, you know, like cracking and stuff like that. I'm probably going to go with something like this. Now, I'm not using these reference images based on, you know, this is how I actually want the game to look or anything like that, but I'm going with the idea that the reference images are how I want the environment to, like, in this case, the walls and the floor and the ceiling to look. I don't really care much about the objects and stuff within them. But this is some random screenshot I found. Apparently it's for Fallout. This is pretty much how I want the lighting to look. More or less darker, I think. A lot more darker than this, but you'll be able to see like light shafts, or because I want it to be pretty dark, I will probably have the world itself being pretty dark as well. So you'll probably just see like moonlight or something like that. Or no light at all, or just like a slight shine maybe. I don't know. I haven't really got that far yet, but I don't really want it to be overly gory or overly violent in any way, but because this is a Certificate 3 sort of subject. But if it was like a diploma or something like that, and they actually allowed me to go full-fledged with blood and stuff, then I'd go all out, because I just really love horror, man. I don't know, it's just something that I've always wanted to make, and you know, this course gives me that opportunity. So, you know, if I get halfway through this idea and think, well, you should probably think of something different or something like that, then I'm basically screwed. But I could use the same house or the same idea, just technically make the player locked in the house or something like that, and just no NPC and no dead body. Maybe just have blood everywhere. I don't know. But yeah, that's essentially my idea, or both my ideas, for my video game. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. See you guys next time. Peace out.